Hi, my name is Jeanette Brooks. I'm with Team Take Massive Action, and I want to talk to you a little bit today about money blocks. What they are, where they came from, and how you can get rid of them. Money blocks build up without you even realizing it. Just like everything else in your life, your thoughts about wealth, your thoughts about housing, your thoughts about other people, your thoughts about the world, your thoughts about religion, all that has come to you over the years through your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, your religious teachers, everything. All through your life, you have been handed this thought and understanding about the world around you. And including in there is your thoughts about money. Now that you're an adult, these teachings are unconsciously holding you back. You probably heard about money from your parents, from the very beginning, especially if you were living in a household where money was tight. Maybe, there was always issues about not having enough to pay the rent, not having enough to pay get enough food. Who knows? But, it's there. Now you have the feeling or the understanding that money is hard. Money is hard to get, or you have to work hard to get it. Also, you may have been taught from your religious leaders, depending on what religion you are. You may have been taught by your priests or your pastors in your church that to be closer to God, you had to be poverty-stricken. I know I was taught that. I was of the Catholic faith, and even though we weren't extremely dedicated to going to church, I still had that understanding in the back of my head that in order to be closer to God, you had to be, poverty. Another thing is I was taught that a little bit from my parents. My mom was a money genius. She could squeeze, a nickel out of a penny. I don't know how she did it, but she could always do it. But my dad, both my real dad and my stepdad, were unfortunately stupid about money. My real dad was one who believed that the grass was always greener on the other side. He had a really hard time holding down a job. Eventually he kind of ran off on us because he figured he could make it better on his own, which left us, kind of struggling. And my mom having to figure out how to, pay the mortgage and having to, raise me on her own. So that was, struggle with food and electricity and all that stuff. So, right off the bat, I was handed that belief that money was hard to come by. Later on, when I was a little bit older, my mom remarried, and my stepdad was okay in the beginning, but as I got older, he became more and more addicted to his alcohol and his cigarettes. So as I got into my teens, I definitely heard a lot of arguing about, there's not enough money to pay the mortgage, and there's not enough money to pay the electric bill, and there's not enough money to buy food if I was giving you all this money for beer and cigarettes every week. And so, all the time, I was constantly being told that money was hard. It was hard to get it. And so just think back to your own childhood and how many times you've been told that you had to work hard, you had to get a good job, you had to get a good education in order to get a good job. If you didn't manage your money correctly, you would be poor. If and if, like I said, if you're in that type of religious thought process, maybe that's what you're thinking too. You can't have money and, a spiritual connection with God at the same time. For some reason, they're not supposed to connect. One is God and one is the devil. Maybe that's what you're thinking. I don't know what your background is, but I know that you can shift that energy thought, and you can make it so that you don't have those money blocks anymore. Okay? So let's talk about a little bit about how you can get rid of those. First of all, one of the things you can try to do, or that you really need to do, is surround yourself with successful people. So you might say, hey, everyone in my neighborhood is on welfare, and I don't know anybody who's successful and wealthy. Well, you don't have to meet people physically. If it's hard for you to get out, if it's hard for you to, go to any, say, support groups in your area, or if you can't go to a local church maybe that may have some wealthier people, then try meeting people online. That's, such as Team Take Massive Action, that are filled with people that are successful and wealthy and are willing to help you figure out what you can do yourself to create your own wealth in your life, okay? So you don't have to know people, right next door. I understand. You may not be in the best position right now. So that's the glory of the internet. You can expand your horizons without even having to go out your door, or if you have to go to the library to use the internet, do it. It's better to connect with people that are going to make you higher rather than bring you down. So get out there, meet people. Another thing is, before you go to bed at night and before you get out of bed in the morning, get rid of those thoughts of, I hate my life. I hate getting up in the morning. I hate my job. I'm tired. I'm depressed. I'm frustrated. All those thoughts are going to continue are going to continue with the money blocks. And you need to get rid of those. So instead, before you go to bed, start thinking of all the great things that you are happy about. All the things that are making you, feel good. Even if the only thing that you have to be grateful for is that you have a roof over your head, then be grateful that you have a roof over your head. If your children are happy, if your wife or your husband is happy, if your relationship is good, those are great things to be happy about and grateful for. And start using your imagination. The imagination is awesome. Albert Einstein says that the imagination is the key to everything, okay? Use it to think about what you would like your life to be like, okay? So maybe right now you're living in a crappy house, and maybe, maybe you're on food stamps, and maybe you're getting, support from the government in some way, somehow. Maybe there's bars on your windows. I don't know what your situation is, but you can close your eyes and you can imagine what your life would be like if you could make it any way you wanted. So imagine that great house. Imagine that lovely neighborhood with with the beautiful trees and the beautiful gardens, and imagine your brand new car in the driveway, and imagine you're getting checks every day in the mail, or every time you open up your PayPal account, there's a notification that you got new money, okay? Start imagining it, picture it, see it, and the more you see it, the more you feel it, the more you think it, the more you smile, and you feel it in your soul and in your heart that it's there, it's right there, you got it, it's yours, okay? And the more you imagine it, the more you'll start to see ways that you can create it. The other thing I would heavily suggest is meditation. If you don't know how to meditate, it's so easy to learn. There are tons and tons and tons of videos on YouTube. that will teach you how to meditate. There's a lot, if you want to be specific and you want to create a money flow in your life, then find meditations about money flow and listen to them daily, and get that into your daily routine every morning before you go to work, or before you turn on the TV, or whatever it is you do in the morning. Meditate. The more you clear out that crazy blockages in your mind, the more you're going to bring in the ideas and the thoughts and the the people that you need to create that wealth that you want in your life. Okay? If you're sitting there and constantly being negative and thinking poorly, then you're never going to see that opening that God or the universe or whatever your beliefs are is laying right there in front of you. And believe me, as soon as you start letting your mind be calm and letting your mind be aware, those things will come and you'll see them. Okay? And just like this group is awesome. I am constantly seeing new ways that I can, build my business and make myself into a better me, and help my family, and all that. And it's because I'm ready and I'm willing and I'm wanting it. And that's where you have to get. You have to get to this point where you want it. Another thing you can try is something I learned about fairly recently. It's called EFT. It's known as Emotional Freedom Techniques, and what it is using pressure points on the body, along with our voice, and speaking affirmations and stuff like that, to speak away the energy blocks. Again, you can find lots and lots and lots of those on YouTube, and I will probably do another video about it later on. I would definitely like to share more of that with you. I think EFT is awesome. Not only can it help you with your money blockages, but it can also help you with pain, with headaches, with backaches, with, if you're having depression issues or anxiety issues or whatever, it can help you with so many things. EFT is awesome. So if you haven't heard about it, and if you'd like to know more before I get around to making another video, look it up. It's awesome. It'll definitely help you. Listen, you know what? It took you years and years and years for you to build up these mental blockages that you have about money. And it's going to take you time to get rid of them. It's not going to go away overnight. You're not going to, say, okay, today I'm going to do a little meditation, and tomorrow I'll open up my mailbox and there'll be a check for $100,000. No, it's not going to work that way. Think about it. You got your little chisel and your hammer, and you got to chip away each one of those little blocks. And it's going to take time. But the more you do it, and the more effort you put into it, and the more you open up your mind, and the more you think about, the great things that are just waiting to flow into your life, the quicker the shift will happen, and you will get your money flow coming to you. So, good luck, and I hope this helps you. And if you have any other questions, or if you need to talk to me more, my email and all my information is below. And if you'd really love to join a great team, check into Team Take Massive Action. We are here to help you get everything you need in your life. And I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.